Success shouldn't feel this exhausting. If you're winning on paper, but burning out behind the scenes, you aren't failing. You're stuck in a psychological bottleneck called a hurdle of stop. I've been there. On the outside, things look great, but I was secretly burning out, convinced I was just lucky, and waiting to be exposed as a fraud. I realized I didn't have a business problem. I had a mindset block. Whether it's imposter syndrome, perfectionism, or fear or failure, these aren't just feelings. They are growth bottlenecks. Identify your specific hurdle and get one immediate action step to regain your momentum today. Go to tuepodcast.net/quiz. That's tuepodcast.net/quiz to take the 3-minute assessment and get your report now. Salutations, School Believer. Do you have a dream of becoming an entrepreneur, but don't know where to start or even what to do? Where can I gather information quickly about what's in my zone of genius? Don't worry, School Believers. I got you covered. Go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt and check out an amazing set of AI prompts that will give you ideas, information, and articles to help you get across that start line. Once again, go to tuepodcast.net/AI prompt to get you started now. Good luck, School Believer. Hello there, School Believer. Hey, if you're anything like me, I am just so tired of going from screen to screen to screen, trying to figure out my analytics for all of my social medias and trying to figure out where I can put any and all my energies to get as much reach as I can. Well, I think I've finally found the solution. Elementary Analytics. That's right, Elementary Analytics. Now, at a single press of a button, I can see all my social media analytics from Google to Twitter to Facebook, all my important information all on one screen. All on one screen, can you believe it? And if you really needed to, you could print charts for any possible meetings you might have. If you want to learn more about this amazing program, go to tuepodcast.net/EA for a 14-day free trial with no credit card needed. That's tuepodcast.net/EA for a 14-day free trial. Try it right now and see what it can do for you. Undiscovered Entrepreneur, episode number 44, Open Up and Close the Door. Sorry, that's the best I could come up with.
Because I didn't even know how to overcome the simple objection, I got to think about it. Now we're negotiating with companies like Lions Not Cheap, with eBay, with Shine On, with Foot Locker. Like, those are our clients right now.
Welcome to the Undiscovered Entrepreneur, the podcast where brand new entrepreneurs come to life and could quite possibly be discovered. Join me, DJ Scoob, and the rest of the Scoob Believers as we help these new businesses become a reality. And now, away we go! Hello, Scuba Believers, and welcome to another episode of The Undiscovered Entrepreneur with me, DJ Scoob. Coming at you with whatever device you happen to be listening on. All right, today, so we have a really special interview today with a gentleman named Michael Schill. Now, Michael Schill actually owns Full Circle Agency, which is a fully digital agency which sells a whole variety of different types of digital products to help us in our entrepreneur adventure. This guy has a ton of energy, so I hope you're ready for this. So let's all take a good listen to Michael Schill of Full Circle Agency. Salutations, School Believers, and we are here again with another amazing entrepreneur. Today we're talking to Michael. Hey, Michael, how's it going?
What is good? What is good? Happy to be here, alive, well, and bro, this is going to be a great conversation, man. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Fantastic. I'm really looking forward to this. But I think the one thing I'm really looking forward is ask you this very important question. Are you a school believer?
Come on, man. Let's be realistic. If you ain't, what are you really in the first place? But yes, man, of course I am. And yeah, man, of course.
All right.
That's of course.
All right. Thanks, Michael. Thank you for being a school believer. I really appreciate you. All right.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start off here. If you could just kind of give me an idea of obviously you're Michael, but who you are, what you do, where you come from, and how long you've actually been doing your entrepreneur adventure for.
Yeah. So again, to all the listeners available here today, I mean, I appreciate the time that you're taking out to listen to a guy like me. Real brief. You know, Mike Schill, CEO of the Full Circle Agency. It's a digital marketing and advertising firm down here in Miami, Florida. Again, I'm the founder of that organization. We've been rocking and rolling for upwards of about a year and 4 months now. So relatively new in the sense of starting, but not relatively new in the sense of knowledge. Where I come from, went to school at Florida State University, had the opportunity to play ball at Florida State University under Bobby Bowden and Jimbo Fisher. So that was incredible. After college, went right on into sales, orthopedic and pharmaceutical sales. I think that was incredible. I think that's a thing that everybody should know how to do. I think it is the most important thing to learn how to do when wanting to consider entrepreneurship, because at every single second of the day, you're selling yourself and you're selling others while selling yourself. And it is everything. You know, fast forward a little bit after doing the pharmaceutical sales, had the opportunity to work along a gentleman by the name of Grant Cardone for 5 years. Help operate and oversaw hundreds of companies, sales, marketing, advertising, leadership, just the whole essence of really what it takes to run multi-billion-dollar organizations from the ground up. And I think that schooling was the number one indicator that it was time to start my own thing. So that's why I say, you know, I was exposed to something at an extremely high level, and then was forced to learn those principles and taught those principles to massive organizations. And it got to the point where it was like, okay, I understand this thing. Let's go ahead and adopt it in mind. So that was that turning point for myself in starting the Full Circle Agency. And we're taking this thing by storm, man. Like we will be $1 billion organization, man. Like I'm not even like that's low ball. That's low ball.
I love the high aspirations. That's amazing, Michael. So you say your first full circle's only been about a year and a half. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Kind of new. I like it. That's good stuff. So what actually made you want to start your business? I get you were exposed to these great things, and you worked under Grant Cardone. That's fantastic. Great guy. I know who he is and what he's about. Fantastic. But what was the catalyst that actually got you started? I mean, what was the thing that happened that said, this is what I want to do?
Yeah. There's never a right time to do anything. You know, so I can't say it was one specific thing that made me go ahead and jump. But what I will say is that I had a aha moment. And the aha moment was, I can either help someone else get to 7 billion, or I can go capture my first. And that was it. The way, you know, it's very, very, very straight to the point. You see, in that organization, having the opportunity to be there, gosh, we're training every single day on sales. You're making 350 to 400 outbound cold calls. You're working with high-level executives on a day in and day out basis. You know, out of 365 days, you're probably working 360. That was 5 years being in that high octane environment. You do that a little bit, and then all of a sudden you realize, okay, all right, let's rock. I've seen it. So I wouldn't say it's one thing, but I would say it was a series of several things that compounded. But the number one thing is the confidence. And I think that confidence is huge. And I think that when you start anything, you got to have a certain level of confidence in yourself in order to take that first step. No, not everything's going to be easy, but at least having that confidence, and that confidence started to erupt inside me. And as it did, it made more sense to go ahead and move forward. 5 years ago, I would have never done it because I didn't even know how to overcome the simple objection. I got to think about it. Now we're negotiating with companies like Lions Not Cheap, with eBay, with Shine On, with Foot Locker. Like, those are our clients right now. And I'm telling you right now, we will be worth $1 billion. Like, this is not a joke. This is not difficult. You just got to be 100% focused, and you got to train. So I think that confidence is the number one thing, man. I think that confidence is the number one thing.
Awesome. That's amazing. Helping someone else achieve their dreams, or are you going to achieve your own dreams? I mean, that's the thing that really sticks out for me, especially when you're just getting started too, especially in a situation where you're working for somebody else, you're having so much success for somebody else, but what are you really actually doing for yourself? Really, what's it come down to and says, am I going to help him achieve his dream, or am I going to achieve my dream? And that's really what it boils down to there. And having the self-confidence to be able to go out there and get that, go out and grab those dreams and hold on to them real tight. A lot of people, especially getting started like us, we come across a lot of imposter syndrome. And I think that a lot of that has to do with not having that self-confidence for themselves. What do you think about imposter syndrome? I mean, did you go through it at the beginning too, or?
Yeah. So I think we all have a little bit of imposter syndrome rather, that presents itself from time to time. And did I go through that a little bit? Of course, but look, like, when you can resort back to things that you have accomplished, or things that you did do, or some of the successes that you have had in the past, it kind of pushes that out the window. The difference between working for somebody and working for yourself, it's really like 2 or 3 things. Number one, you have to hold yourself fully accountable, and it's all on you. And that's a scary thing sometimes. There is no one holding you till 5 or 6. There aren't leads that are being paid for that are coming in. The marketing and advertising, not something that, it begins to be something that you have to worry about. You got to worry about your staff as opposed to being part of a staff. It's kind of like you've got skin in the game, actually. You actually got skin in the game. So that piece is a little bit shaky at times. But then you got to just resort back to, man, when I was working at X, Y, and Z, or if I'm working at X, Y, and Z currently, and I'm looking to take that next step into entrepreneurship, man, pick your head up and look around at what you're accomplishing. Pick your head up and look around at the systems and processes that are working. Pick your head up and look around at what it is that you're doing each and every single day. I mean, honestly, when you work for somebody else, you're practicing on somebody else's dime. So utilize that. So that's what I would say in response to that question that you just asked me.
Yeah, and I like that too. Look around and see what you're actually accomplishing. See the things that you've actually done. And take that to heart, because you've actually did that for yourself. You didn't do it for somebody else. You didn't do it for that big boss that's sitting up there. You did it for you. And build off of that and build and get to where you are. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Of course.
All right. So in the year and a half that you actually have been doing Full Circle, have you experienced any problems, pitfalls, struggles? I mean, what has been your biggest struggle up to this point?
Yeah, I think my biggest struggle, our company's biggest struggle, is the struggle that we all have, which is also one of the catalysts for starting a digital marketing and advertising firm. Being known. I am not Elon Musk. I am not Apple. I am not Zephyr Hills. I am not Ford. It takes a ton of brute force to develop a name and a brand for yourself. And I feel that if you are looking to get into entrepreneurship, if you just started entrepreneurship, double down on brand recognition, double down on you as yourself and the impression that you have in the marketplace. Get out there and speak, get out there and communicate. You see, this personal brand thing is something that can't be stripped away from you. Like, I do it all for my last name. Ain't nobody going to take away your last name, but you can either build your last name or do nothing with it. So the biggest struggle for us The biggest struggle for us is being known, and we're doing anything and everything that we can in our power to actually accomplish that. But I feel that that's every single person's biggest struggle is being known, because if I was Apple, money isn't everything, but it solves a crap ton of problems. And the only way to get money is by being known. That's it. Like when you make it as simple as possible, that is literally the deal. That's what we do for our clients. And that is the primary area of focus for us. So the biggest pitfall, the biggest struggle is that. That's everything. That's literally everything. Yeah.
That's cool. So what are we doing to get over that pitfall? What are we doing to get over that struggle? How are we getting known?
Oh my gosh, guys. We're speaking at events, we're writing articles, we're on podcasts, we're doing blogs, we're optimizing our LinkedIn, we're leveraging social media platforms, we're hosting Zoom calls, we're hosting private coaching sessions, we're doing anything. Like, you got to be everywhere. What are you doing to be known, man? It's like you could go on TV, you could go on the radio, you could be in the newspaper, you could have articles written about you in magazines. Like, those are the things that we're doing all at the exact same time, because with mind share and market share comes opportunities. So those are the things we're doing to be known. And we will constantly do those things as we continue to build, because if you don't do those things, or if you stop doing those things, you don't have momentum. What I would also say to this, for any person who's about to get into entrepreneurship, focus on your craft right now. Focus on your brand right now. Mm-hmm. Like, focus on your personal brand right this second. Because there's one thing that a mentor told me, and he said, and I'll never forget it. They said it's easier to connect with a face and a voice than it is with a logo. And so you gotta be that face and that voice, because if you can build your own personal brand and you have an incredible following, then anything that you attach yourself to will automatically get traction. It's just everything, man. Nothing else is more important.
That's right. That's really awesome. Being known for who you are and what you do and what you've accomplished, being known that you're helping others and what their problems and struggles are, and having that product or whatever to get them to that next level. That's amazing. That's really good to work on that personal brand. You're right. Work on your personal brand now when you're small. That way it can grow with you and help you grow. If you get too late, then it's too late. There's a disassociation there, and you're not going to grow as big as you could. So. So I noticed that you talked about a mentor that you had. One of the things I really like talking about is mentors. Now, there's Grant Cardone. We talked about him already. He's a mentor. We already know all that. So I'm going to skip him. Mm-hmm. But do you have one or two mentors that has kind of pushed you along in your entrepreneur adventure?
Yeah, of course. I have a gentleman by the name of Brandon Dawson. Great mentor. He exited his last company at 77 times EBITDA. The highest publicly traded company exit in the history of mankind. That's an incredible mentor. And then I have my coaches, my past coaches, when playing sports at a high level, and those are my mentors as well. The thing I would say too, as it relates to a mentor, is that if they've done it once, I wouldn't use them as a mentor. If they've done it twice, I wouldn't use them as a mentor. If they haven't done the thing over and over and over and over and over again, where they can predict results based off what it is that they're doing and what it is that you're doing, there's no need for you to talk to them, because they haven't even figured it out themselves. So those are my mentors. And the thing I would say to look for in mentors is, have you done it once? Have you done it twice? Have you done it 10 times with the exact same result or incrementally growing result? And if you haven't done those things, you don't need to be talking to those people. It's a waste of time.
Well, there you go. Special advice of how to pick out a mentor, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Yes, so sir. I know you haven't been doing this very long, and I was really looking forward to this question with you, but how will you know you've made it? I mean, especially with the big aspirations you have for yourself and for your company, how will you know when you've actually made it? When you get to that particular point and said, this is exactly where I want to be at this particular time? Money aside, when will you know you've made it?
Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to make it because I don't think I'm ever going to feel like I'm going to make it because I feel, it's like sports. It's like you run a 4.4 and then you're like, oh man, maybe I can run a 4.3. For the guys out there, and I never ran a 4.3, I ran a 4.4, but never ran a 4.3. For the guys who run a 4.3, they're like, dang, maybe I can run a 4.2. It's like every single time you get to that next level, there's always something more. But if there was a point where I could say, okay, I've tapped into my true potential, it's going to be when I meet the goals that I write down every single morning, every single evening. And that is to be a New York Times bestselling author on the cover of Forbes magazine, worth $8 billion, living in downtown New York, able to provide 10 million foster kids with homes because we were adopted, growing up, right? Mm-hmm. Have 2 baseball academies in the Dominican Republic, half ownership of a professional sports team, and have 25,000 units paying me every single day in multifamily. When I get there, we can have a conversation. That's the ultimate goal. That's right. The ultimate thing. And you guys may be thinking that this is so massive and this is so big. It's not. It really isn't. And that's the problem, man. We're accustomed to thinking so damn small when transactions are going on of 2 and 3 trillion right before our eyes that we didn't even know. So like think massive, guys, because it is available and it is out there. You just got to actually put in the real work. That's all it is, man. I'm figuring that out. This entrepreneurship thing is just a game. Are you willing to play it? That's it, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I noticed you put a few things into football terms. You used to play?
Yeah, so that wasn't that I did at Florida State.
That's awesome. Yes, would you play?
Defensive back. Defensive back.
Cool. I was a lineman in high school. I didn't get much further than that, but yeah.
Hey, whatever, man. You guys are my guys, man. I love you guys because if you can provide pressure and they don't get the throw off, I don't got to do anything. So yeah, absolutely,
man. The whole 4.3 and 4.2 thing clued me in there. Sorry. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Having a daily goal is really good, especially when you're just getting started. But you still want to have those the far reach goals, those star reach goals, because you know what? Even if you don't reach those stars, you'll hit the moon, right? So always have those really far off goals.
The inspiration, right? Because that motivation is good, but like as an entrepreneur, bro, that motivation goes up and down with the hours, man. Like you can't go based off motivation. So you got to have a target big enough where you get inspired to do the things that you don't want to do or to go through the things that are sometimes troublesome. Because if you don't have that big time thing, like it gets mundane and then you don't do and nothing happens when you don't do. So that's why I have those big ones,
Yeah. And things only happen when you're making them happen.
Yeah, man. Seriously.
All right. Cool. All right, so just as an example, let's just throw this out. If you were actually to meet someone that wants to do a similar entrepreneur's venture as you in the marketing, the digital marketing, that kind of thing, what kind of advice would you give them? What kind of steps would you have them take to get there?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I would say this much, that in order to speed up time, you don't have to learn everything, what we were able to do, what I was able to do is I was able to connect the dots with different people who brought in different skill sets as related to the marketing and advertising. Now, don't get it twisted, y'all. I know a ton about marketing and advertising, a ton about it, but I also knew that there's certain things that I would have to go to school for, I'd have to teach myself, which would take me 8, 9, 10, 11 months to perfect, as opposed to partnering up with people and selling them on the fact that they should hop on the team in order to expedite the process. It took me to take our concept to market. So it is, listen, you don't have to learn everything in order to be an entrepreneur for your business. You just got to sync up with the right people. So if there's a skill set or series of skill sets that you're lacking, it's okay. Business is crazy. It's the service or the fulfillment, but then it's also the selling piece. I know my strong suit is sales. I know my strong suit is being the face of whatever it is. I know my strong suit is communication, right? Some other people may not have those strong suits, but their strong suits are email marketing and advertising, or optimizing a price per acquisition of customer, or whatever it is. We connected the dots. I didn't just make myself another dot, because that would take me 2-3 years, and I don't got 2 to 3 years to waste. So that's what I would say. If you're going to start something out, you don't have to know everything, but if you don't know everything, get someone on the team that does know the things that you don't. And then realize that you can have the best product or idea in the world, but if you don't know how to sell it, that's a problem. So you better know how to sell.
That's right. Surround yourself with people that can teach you or learn things that are smarter than you. That way you can take the learnings and teach it and kind of use it as like a shortcut to get to where you want to be. I mean, it all depends on where your zone of genius is and where it's not. And if it's not part of your zone of genius, get somebody in there that can be that part or learn from them. And on-time learning is something I'm always talking about too in all my podcasts. Learn what you need to do to get to the next level and then learn things from there. That way you don't have to learn everything that you need to know to actually get to the end of the road there. You can learn as you go and make money as you go and just learn as things progress. So that's really great advice.
Absolutely. I'm 100% in agreement with that. You hit it right on the head. You hit it right on the head.
Awesome. So here's a scenario for you. I'm going to throw this at you. I hope you're ready for this. Okay. So, all right. So say I was looking for somebody that has your expertise, the digital marketing and things like that. But I have 2 other people that are doing the same thing for the same exact money that you are. So what would set you apart from these other 2? Why would I go with you?
Yeah. That's a good question, man. Now we're getting into sales, bro. Now we're sinking our teeth into this thing, man. And this is something that you're going to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Competition is out there. The reason why people don't make decisions is because they're not confident enough in themselves that they're making the right one. And the reasons why people do make decisions is because the value supersedes the price or the cost. If you're in a situation where what you provide is the exact same price point as what everybody else provides, a common rule is you never, ever, ever decrease price. You only raise value. So where someone is not willing to give, you need to be willing to give tenfold. For instance, let's say we're washing cars, okay? And every single person has the exact same price point to wash a car, right? But you include waxing, or you include a vacuum, whatever it may be. Now, this is just an example, but you got to use add-ons as the negotiations. You don't use the actual product and service when you're negotiating. So what more can I bring to the table that's value-oriented, accountability, coaching calls, free assessment, analysis, opening up your book of business to somebody else, or maybe it's, hey, we can do the deal. And what I know is we're the exact same price point of everybody else. So what I'm willing to do is, I also know you're looking to accomplish X, Y, and Z. I happen to have a direct contact with so-and-so who specializes in the exact same thing. So if we can do the deal today, not only are we going to say what was promised gets done, but what I'll do is I'll open up that context so you can go ahead and achieve above and beyond what were you looking to achieve with us. Fair enough. It's just different. You got to be different, but you never lower price. Never.
Agreed. Now, I'm a 16-year car salesman, so I could definitely attest to all of what you just said.
Oh, cars. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, but I mean, when you drop your price like that, all you're doing is just a race to the bottom. You're not really achieving anything anymore. You're just trying to beat somebody else on price. But when you can actually have that value equal the cost, it really makes a big difference in what you actually can give to your customer. So instead of changing prices and making that race to the bottom, raise the value of what you're trying to accomplish, make them feel good, get them to where they want to achieve their goals, and just use the add-ons to be able to achieve that. And having the confidence in yourself and the know-how to be able to hit those value points when you get to that point in your sale. So absolutely. Good stuff, Michael.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to all the car salesmen, bro, because I love you guys. I love you guys, man.
It was definitely an experience, man. But that's where I get most of my sales experience from, is my car sales. So good stuff. I wouldn't trade it for anything, even though it was tough.
No,
it was definitely a character builder.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. 100%. Salute to you, man, because that's real. That is real. That's
All
real.
right.
So, yeah.
All right, so here's one of my favorite questions. I did steal this from another podcast, so sorry, everybody, but I was looking forward to asking you this one, too. What is the one question you wish I would have asked you, but I didn't? I always miss one really good question that everybody's looking forward to in their interview. It's like, oh, I really wish he would ask this question. That way he can answer this perfectly. So what do you think, Michael? What do you think is the best question I could have asked you, but I didn't?
Man, that's a hard question, man. Man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. I'm going to say this much, folks, and to you, sir, incredible questions. Everything was spot on. I think that we already covered that before we hopped on this thing. And the folks don't realize it because we were going back and forth. And I think we covered the thing. It's like, what would be the most successful thing to highlight and cover on this deal? And we both responded, I think it's going to be the thing that is most beneficial to the viewers. Like sometimes it's not, these podcasts are not about you. It's not about me. It's not about your success. It's not about my successes. And quite frankly, I don't believe I've had any success in the grand scheme of things, right? I'm on chapter 1 of a book of 45,000 chapters, right? But I think it's the viewers. So just understanding the viewers and understanding where they're coming from, that's huge. That's huge. That's the only thing I can say to that because, I mean, you've been phenomenal, man. I mean, it's been a great conversation. It's been a great conversation.
No, that's good. And that's really what these podcasts, if you've ever listened to any of my other podcasts, it's the same thing. It's all about y'all. It's all about, helping you along in your entrepreneur adventure. Not just me, not just Michael, but all my school believers out there that are looking to start an entrepreneur adventure and take everything that we've talked to in these podcasts, especially this awesome podcast we're having with Michael, to heart. And that way you could learn, you could start, you do things today. I can, I am, I will, I'm doing it today. I'll say it again. That's my tagline. You do things now while you're thinking about it. When you hear something that we say in any of these podcasts, whether it be Michael or myself, that really resonates with you, even if you have to stop, pause, whatever, and go do the one thing that you heard you need to do, you do it now. You don't wait around for it because you forget about it. So thank you, Michael, for bringing it. That actually was really good. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. No, it's all about them, bro. It's all about them.
There you go. All right. So one thing I like to do, especially with my newer type of entrepreneurs, since you've only been doing this for business for a year or so, in the next 6 months, where do you see yourself and your business? Can you have any goals for the next 6 months for yourself? I know you do, but I mean,
we do.
Yeah.
We do. No, we do. We were just talking about earlier today. We literally were just talking about that earlier today with my partner. We wrote them down.
Oh, nice.
And by Q4 of 2023, okay, we want 40 medium to large size businesses for email automation and SMS automation. Okay. Now why we're picking that 40 is because by the end of this year, we want to be able to say that we went from where we were last year to 5 mil as it relates to the business in the marketing and advertising space. The multiple is pretty significant. It's anywhere from 4 to 6. Guys, when I say multiple, I'm talking about the exit, what your company is totally valued at. And no, we're not looking to exit, but if we can get to that 5 mil mark, then we'll be a 20 to $35 million evaluated company. And we will be able to do that in under 2 years. And that is the goal. And I know this stuff is crazy, guys. I get it. And I know you're probably thinking this guy's nuts. Hell, you may be thinking, DJ Scoob, I may be nuts. But man, I'm telling you right now, that is what our target is. And we're going to do it, bro. We're going to do it. That's it.
It's all about the positive mindset, because if you think you can do it, more than likely you're going to do it. That's really what it's all about. Think about that, school believers. If you can put your mind to it, Even if it's big and aspirational, you can do it if you do it right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So it's kind of gotten to that point here. It's your time to shine, Michael. Tell me about your company again. How to get a hold of you for your services if we want to talk to you about what you do and all the good stuff. Ready, set, go. Okay.
Yeah, guys. Hey, Mike Schill. Mike Schill, again, founder of the Full Circle Agency. And guys, you can connect with me on all social media platforms. It's at Mike, Mike, Schill, S as in Sam, C as in cat, H as in hat, ILL as in Larry underscore. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. That's on TikTok, the whole 9 yards. On LinkedIn, Michael Schill. And then, of course, you can find the actual business, the Full Circle official, on all those social media platforms as well. And reach on out to us. Listen, I'm not asking you guys to buy anything from us. It's completely fine. The only thing I'm asking is shoot us a follow. And the reason why I say that is because we giving back to the community is a lot. And we're trying to show our progress as we grow, to provide some sort of example and to hold ourselves accountable, but also holding our viewers accountable to themselves. So I'm not talking about selling you something on this thing. I'm talking to you, just come along the journey, because our meetings, we go live, our role plays, we go live. When we connect with individuals, we go live. Every single day we try to go live and we talk about the do's and the don'ts and the pitfalls that we dealt with on that specific day. Like listen, I have these massive goals, but I also don't want to be the person that hits something massive and then just says, look at me. I want everybody to be along for the ride from 0 to 100. Because I feel that joining and creating a community is so profound and it's so moving, and you can have a massive impact. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Now, if you are looking to leverage your social media platforms and so on and so forth, we do that for folks as well. And if that is something that makes sense to you, reach out. But guys, I'm not asking for that. I'm just asking, come along from the journey, because it's been a hell of a journey, and we ain't stopping. We're just getting started. So
that's right. Yeah. One thing I like to say, especially when it comes to something like that, is we rise by lifting others. We take each other, lift each other, and we all learn from each other. And that's what it's all about. And getting together in that community, that's fantastic. I love it. And I'm going to definitely look you up, my friend. I'm going to give you those follows you're looking for, at least for me. I'm hoping school believers out there will do the same thing. Look up Michael Schill. All right. So what I'm going to do with you, Michael, is I'm actually going to follow, if it's okay with you, I'm going to follow up with you in 6 months.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to see if you hit those 40 in Q4, brother.
Hey, bro. Yo, hold me accountable, man.
That's right.
Let's go, bro. And if I don't do it, hey, man, maybe we do some sort of like off-channel bet or something like that. But hold me accountable, man. Hold me accountable, because I get fired up.
Yeah. We'll talk about it off the camera.
I'll think of it.
All right, Michael, thank you so much for being on the Undiscovered Entrepreneur. And I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to seeing us.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. To the listeners, thank you for your time.
All right, School Believers, stay tuned for the wrap-up, okay? Thank you, everybody. Good night. All right, School Believers, that was Michael. Man, that guy has some energy. Man, he really did. Well, I'm like, my heart's still fluttering just finished listening to him. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. He had such amazing just information for everybody out there. Self-confidence. I loved him talking about imposter syndrome, what it meant to him and how to kind of overcome it for yourself. Great information. Daily goals for himself, on-time learning. Oh, you all know how much I love on-time learning and what that's important about. And surrounding yourself with people that are important, that know more than you. That way you can learn from them, kind of take the shortcuts from them, from learning from them. Fantastic. Having confidence in yourself, not dropping, I've always talked about price. It's really hard. It's one of the hardest things we can do as entrepreneurs is trying to bring a value, a monetary value for what we do, and not drop the price. Dropping that price down is just, I don't know, it just feels like to me, it's kind of like the easy way out. I think I would rather have a value, add value to what we're doing. So when you have that cost, it's worth it. It's worth having that extra couple of dollars to get whatever goals they have. So that's amazing. And I'm definitely going to follow up with him when that 6 months to see if he hit that Q4 goal, the fourth quarter goal. So we'll see what happens. All right. And now a little bit about what I'm doing. Just so you know, I've been working really hard in the Numospect Creator Lab. Things have been going very, very good with that. I'm really happy to be a part of that community. Last time we talked about a fire sale that is going to be happening at the end of May. So from May 24th to May 31st, what we're actually doing is we're giving away 30-day free trials instead of 14-day free trials. So the whole next month is on Numospect. So if you're looking just to see what the community is about, see if it fits in your entrepreneurial adventure or anything along those lines, you go ahead and look in there. Look under tuepodcast.net/lab. And we'll go ahead and give you that 30-day free trial, but only between the 24th and 31st. So make sure that's going to be your best time to do that. Also, I want to make an official announcement right now, and this is really big. I'm putting together a company name. So I've come up with a company name that's going to kind of oversee everything that I'm doing on top of my coaching and everything else. Undiscovered Legacies, LLC. So that is the name of my company now, Undiscovered Legacies, LLC. Look for it. A lot of things I'm going to be doing from here on out. Also going to have you kind of clue in, if you want to get in on a group coaching that I'm taking part of, or I'm actually leading in, on May 16th at 6 p.m., that's May 16th of 2023 at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be doing a group coaching. So get in on any kind of help that I can help you with when it comes to your entrepreneurial adventure. And this group coaching, we're going to put some great minds together and get you onto your next step. So join me there in Numospect for this group coaching that's happening May 16th at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you have any questions, you want to get a hold of me, I now have a link tree. I think I mentioned that in my last one. Linktree, let's see, let's try it. Linktree.ee at DJ Scoop, SKOOB. You'll find all my social medias all there in the one link. You can link to my YouTube channel that we got going on right now, which has a lot of great content going up that you'll see from here on out. So please subscribe, 5 stars, whatever you can. Let's push this thing forward. Let's help as many school believers as we can out there. All right, everybody, thank you so much. And can't wait to talk to you again in my next episode. Thank you, everybody. Hello there, DJ Scoob here. And I just want to personally say thank you for listening to my program. I really hope you learned something. Tune in 2 weeks to listen to another brand new entrepreneur. And remember, I can, I am, I will, and I'm doing it today. As a worker of 2 full-time jobs, running a podcast and coaching, every minute counts in my day-to-day. It's hard to be consistent in any of my social medias. And at this point, I cannot hire a social media manager. Pinnacle AI to the rescue! I've been using Pinnacle AI for a couple of weeks now and seen big improvements in my outreach and consistency in all my social medias. Do you want to save time and increase your productivity too? Go to tuepodcast.net/AI for more information. Save yourself time and grow your brand. Try it now and see what it can do for you. Hello, Scoo Believers. Let me ask you a real quick question. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3, 5, 7? And let me guess, you've got a Red Bull in the other hand just in case, right? Yeah, I see you. Now, here's the truth bomb nobody wants to hear. You're not building a business. You're building a caffeine dependency. Listen, I get it. When you're grinding 12, 14, 16-hour days, you're building something from nothing when you've got payroll to meet, investors to impress, and visions that won't wait. You need fuel. But what if I told you that the fuel that you're using is actually slowing you down? What if the very thing that you think is keeping you sharp is actually making you dull? Enter Rise Coffee. This isn't your grandma's mushroom tea. This isn't some hippie wellness trend. This is science meets performance. And here's what makes Rise different. Less than half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. But here's the kicker. You won't miss it. 6 organic powerhouse mushrooms, including Cridoceps, what Olympic athletes use, and lion's mane, what Silicon Valley biohackers swear by. Sustained energy that doesn't spike and crash. We're talking smooth, clean power from morning to moonlight. Crystal clear focus without the jitters. Imagine closing the deal with calm, confident mind instead of the caffeine chaos. Gut health and immune support, because what's the point of building an empire if you're too sick to enjoy it? So here's the challenge to you. Stop borrowing energy from tomorrow. Stop running on fumes and call it a hustle. Stop wearing your caffeine addiction like a badge of honor. Real entrepreneurs optimize, real entrepreneurs adapt, real entrepreneurs win. You can't win if you're crashing at 2 p.m. while your competition is just getting started. Break the cycle. Head to risesuperfoods.com right now and use code PODNA15 for 50% off your first order. That's PODNA15 for 15% off. Try it for 30 days. If you don't feel the difference, if you don't feel sharper, calmer, more focused, more alive, then go back to your 6-a-day cup habit. But I'm telling you, you won't, because once you feel what real energy feels like, you'll never go back. Ditch the addiction, fuel your empire, and rise up. Rise Coffee, energy that builds, not burns.